Get now to Kyle Mitchell live at the airport. Kyle, what's the latest?
Emily, they just opened the door on Air Force Two and just put the stairs in place. We are awaiting Vice President Harris any minute to step off this plane, walk down those stairs, and she's going to be greeted by the arrival team, which today is Senator Debbie Stabenow and U.S. Representative Hillary Scholten. They've also moved quite an extensive motorcade in place. The Vice President is in town as part of her Fight for Reproductive Freedoms tour. She'll be giving a speech later this afternoon. In that speech, she's expected to discuss the state's constitutional amendment that voters passed, providing protections, including for the right to have an abortion. Now, News 8 political reporter Rick Albin, he'll be over at that event, and he will give us some coverage tonight at 5 and 6 with her remarks. But again, we are, standing by here, not exactly sure when the Vice President will be deplaning, but we've are in position here, and we'll give you those updates. Could still be several minutes, but for now, I guess we're gonna send it back to the studio and have that once we know she's getting closer to deplaning here. But expecting her any minute to come off the side of this plane and walk down those steps to a small crowd today greeting her at the airport. We anticipate this to be a rather quick visit at the airport, that she will just be greeting Senator Stabenow and Representative Hillary Scholten. Of course, Michigan, a very crucial battleground state coming up in the election, anticipating a lot of candidates to be in the area, but we will send it back to you for now, and we'll be standing by to get some video as she comes down the steps. So the Vice President is now walking down these steps to be greeted. And she's getting a hug from U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow and Representative Hillary Scholten, who represents the Grand Rapids and several surrounding areas here in West Michigan. So quite a team here of security professionals and staff members who've been preparing for this visit. We saw, just yesterday there was an advance team here making sure they had everything in place for the Vice President's arrival. We're just waiting as the remaining staffers get off the plane and walk over to the motorcade. We are anticipating a short trip over to the location where she will be speaking. And again, we will have Rick Albin over that event and have live coverage coming up tonight on 5 and 6. And updates, of course, throughout the day on woodtv.com. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, you've been listening to live coverage from Kyle Mitchell, who is talking about the arrival of Vice President Kamala Harris. Air Force Two has landed in Grand Rapids. She's getting into the motorcade right now. These are live images from the airport. She was greeted by U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow, as well as Hillary Scholten. So we'll continue to follow her visit. We'll have all the details on that all day long, so make sure and stay with News 8.